Hey everybody, it's Tim with Broken Dice bringing you a quick little channel update. Got the last 4 matchlock guys done for my English Civil War project. The infantry is almost all complete now. Got a lot of cavalry left to do with it. Artillery pieces, baggage trains, special character types, generals, sub-commanders, petard team, all kinds of stuff left to go with that project. But since I was able to get most of these parries done and these last 4 Empress miniature infantry guys done, I think that's going to be where I'm going to switch back to a different project and go back to my Iberians. Like I said in another last video time or two ago, that I have like 120 models to get done, and I'd like to have that army completely finished. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that by the end of the year. I'll be a little bit pushing it because work's a little crazy right now, so I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to get done. But one thing I was noticing when I was kind of putting the parries up and then putting these Empress miniatures next to them was the size difference. It had been a while since I'd really kind of compared them, and I'm glad I wasn't mixing them up on the same base, because it would look a little wonky. So what we'll look at here, let me move these to the edge. And so let's go through this. Warlord, parry, Empress. And you can just tell by this profile shot the depth difference in the models. All of one together is fine. I think you'd have no problem mixing the Empress and the Warlord, but Warlord and parry, Empress and parry on the same base, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure on the look. But I got plenty of them, and moving them around so I have all the right guys together, not going to be a problem. That I do want to mention that I am very happy and pleased that I got those parries guys painted up, put into regiments, ready for the table. I've had them for so long, and they really just needed some attention, and they duly got theirs. Okay. One thing I was thinking about, and which I have recently come to the conclusion I'm not going to do, was I had originally thought when I was going back to my Iberian project, was taking one of these larger bases and putting just a whole unit on. That works like for Hail Caesar, where you don't pull anything off. But maybe, if I was wanting to do like SPQR or Clash of Spears, something else that may require more individual models, you're stuck. You might as well gotta buy more models and repaint the same kind of guys. So I've talked myself out of this. This I'm going to just keep and probably use for like an artillery emplacement, maybe like put a mortar in there and put some terrain around it or something. But I think for my infantry, I'm going to stick to my 50mm, which I'm really beginning to like because of the basing and the way the models are very dynamic, and the 50 I think is the way to go. I think even some of them on the 40, they look a little bunched up. I don't see that. I see that more of as an effect of their maybe a higher level of organization, where their unit is more cohesive, less space between individuals, not like they're locked shields, but a little bit more organization to it. And this gives you that more movement around, where you can have them kind of offset a little bit more. That's where that is. And like I said, going back to my Iberians, Got 3 bags of these, 2 of the armored, 1 of the unarmored. Gonna go back to my basic of 4 armored guys to a base, 3 of the light infantry to a base, and then with some of my light infantry, I put them on the little 25mm rounds so they can go on a Sabat base, or put them 2 to a 40. And so that way, like, frontages mathematically for this army work out, whether it's, 540s or 450s. You kind of got that same mathematical sort of thing that you can work with. Other than that, my projects are going pretty well. Hopefully I get some assembly done, some priming done, and really get to work on this. My side project, not really historical, mind you, but a bunch of us play the Game of Thrones, the Song of Ice and Fire. And so I keep these guys on the side. I've been painting them up for my neutral force. They'll be my little side action over here. As I put paint on my palette, I'll be able to go over, because basically when you're doing earth tones and stuff like that, that's going to translate just as easy to those guys. That's enough of me babbling. I got to get busy. I got lots to do. I know you guys got lots to do. Let's stay in touch. Let's communicate. Tell me what you're working on. If you got any questions about what I'm working on, or how I'm